Good morning. For those that do not know me, my name is Ryan Mathis, and I am the director of Gateway Academy in Nashville. I want to welcome each of you, graduates, families and friends, and faculty members, to the celebration of the class of 2021. So much has led us to this momentous occasion. We all know this past year has been one of great challenges, and through it all, each of you have adjusted and adapted to meet what has become a new normal. This new normal is something that has grown us all as individuals and allowed us to truly remember what is important. Graduates, remember these lessons and the hard work that each of you put in to get to this point. Be proud of yourself and the dedication that each of you put into getting to this culminating day. Families and friends, congratulations to you for being a support system for this class of 2021. It takes a village to provide supports for these children so that they can know and believe that the sky truly is the limit. Faculty and staff, thank you for being a part of this village as well, always being an extension of support for these students. Your ability to care and provide stellar instruction is unmatched. I thank you for that. So please give each of us a round of applause and praise for this amazing work that has happened over this past year. Finally, I want to say how very proud I am to stand in front of you today and celebrate everyone in this room. Graduates, take it all in, soak up every moment, and know that the future ahead for you is bright. Furthermore, I want to leave you with something. Always remember, behind you, all your memories. Before you, all your dreams. Around you, all who love you. Within you, all you need. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. I want you to believe deeply in your heart that you are capable of achieving anything you put your mind to, that you will never lose. The world needs kindness and empathy now more than ever. So as you go out into your next adventure, remember to work hard, be kind, and believe in yourself. Congratulations, class of 2021. Now, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce our keynote speaker for today. He's an amazing educational leader in our community, a parent of a recent graduate of Gateway Academy, and the provost of Belmont University. Please help me in welcoming Dr. Thomas Burns.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here with you. And a year ago today, a little less than that because we had to wait a long time to graduate last year, I was in your shoes and an excited parent of a Gateway graduate, and so it's such a joy to be back with you today. Before I start, I want to do two things. Graduates, could you stand, please? Graduates, stand on up. Congratulations. You all can go ahead and sit down. Thank you. We are so proud of you, and it's such a joy to be here with you today. The other is a bit of humor to start. Garrison Keillor, a noted author and speaker, said at a graduation ceremony that the graduation speaker is like a small, dark cloud passing over an otherwise exciting occasion, and so I will do my best to be a small, dark cloud today. Well, good morning and welcome. It's a privilege to be with you. I'm so glad that we can be on Belmont's campus today. It's been an extraordinary journey for all of us to get here. Just to get to this ceremony this year is an amazing accomplishment, and to be able to celebrate today in person is truly a joy. It's not just about finishing your high school experience, graduates. It's about recognizing the unique challenges of the last several months for all of us and the commitment that was required by all of us in this room to get to this point, more than ever, just to reach graduation. And today marks a really important transition in all of our lives. For the students, it's the official end of high school. Wow, that's pretty cool. For parents, it's the marking of an extremely important milestone, and at the same time, a bittersweet recognition that all of our children are becoming adults. And for all of us, it's a reminder that education is more important than ever as we seek to engage, understand, collaborate, and grow as a community where everyone is welcome and everyone can feel safe. Graduates, this is a big day, and we're happy to be here with you, even if we have to wear masks. There are a lot more big days to come for each of you, venturing into work, college, military service, but regardless of your next steps, we want you to be able to take the knowledge, skills, and abilities that you have developed through your education and be able to apply them to a successful life, and be able to make sure that you are able to engage and transform our world. You're our future. And my goal today is to leave you with a few words of advice to help point you in that direction, and then, along with your parents and teachers, let you sail on that path. In my normal work as provost here at Belmont, I oversee academic affairs, student life, and enrollment services for the university. And it's that academic affairs piece that really drew me to the career that I've followed, leading me to the position here at Belmont. But it's not been a straightforward path, and it's not been full of easy decisions. It often sounds so easy when you look at all of us and where we are, and you say, oh, of course, that's how they got here. But the reality is that almost every one of us sitting where you graduates are had almost no idea what we wanted to do when we left high school. And so I'm going to share with you some of the failures and successes, and hope you will recognize that the life will be full of bumps, but we're there for you throughout. I went off to college with the idea that I would pursue dentistry. We can see how all that worked out. It seemed like a safe and profitable option, but you can't really major in being a dentist, right? You have to do something else, so I picked chemistry. It was something I liked in high school. Sorry, I'm a geek. It's what I do. And I started off at college and realized very quickly that I pass out at the sight of blood. Not good for a dentist. So no more dentistry, but I stuck with chemistry, and for me, that turned out to work out all right. My undergraduate institution required a language proficiency, and some of you will also go to schools that expect you to complete a language. I had this crazy idea that I would study Japanese in college, and my university had that, but Intro to Japanese was offered only every other year and not in my first year. So if I'd have waited a year to start taking Japanese courses, I'd have been taking organic chemistry, physics, calculus 3, and Japanese 1. So I opted for the safe option for me, Spanish, which I'd taken in high school, and after a stellar 4 years of high school Spanish, I tested into 101. It's another turn in the academic journey, but we keep going. I was never great at Spanish and still am not. Oddly enough, my son has found his love in languages, and he speaks Mandarin, Japanese, and Korean. But my time in Spanish was really formative because for me, I found my academic mentor there, not in chemistry, but in Spanish. And he started a fire in me to be involved in higher education that burns today. So my sophomore year bloomed with organic chemistry, physics, and Calc 3, and Spanish 3. And believe it or not, as a sophomore, I was crazy enough to take Spanish 3 at 8 in the morning because of that single professor. But I could not do chemistry, organic chemistry particularly, to save my life. I couldn't make sense of organic reactions no matter how many times I studied them, no matter how many hours I put in. It just didn't click for me. And I got my first C in college and thought, well, I'm an idiot. I'm majoring in chemistry and I can't even do it. So I went and talked to my advisor. Piece of advice, always talk to your advisor. She couldn't do organic chemistry either. It was okay. There's more than chemistry than just organic. And so in my junior year, I had the opportunity to take physical chemistry, and I found my academic love in a discipline that most chemists think is really hard. I can't do organic, they can. I can do the math and physics. But I found my calling, and I had a direction. So I tell you all of this to help illustrate that your path through the next few years of your life won't be straightforward. It's not going to go without a hitch. You'll never know where you're going to find your mentor, and you will doubt yourself and your choices. But you are surrounded by people who love you and want you to be successful. So my advice, regardless of what you do or where you go, is there are choices that you absolutely must make, and they will help you be successful and keep you on the right track, even when it feels like you don't know where you're going. So to help you with those decisions, I'm going to share a few tips and advice that a faculty member here at Belmont, she's got 2 doctoral degrees, so she's way smarter than I am, shared with the Belmont entering class a few years ago. It's about collegiate advice, but it really doesn't matter whether you're going to college or getting a job or military service or anything else. These things really matter, and they help keep you focused as you go through the next few years of life and career. So first, be present. Don't skip class. Being present, involved, engaged, and participating in what you're doing is extremely important. Said another way, you have to be present to win. So what this means to me is you shouldn't assume that anything that you do or anything you're asked to do in college, in your job, in service, isn't something that you will learn from or will engage you. And you should always be asking yourself, what will I miss if I don't do this? Participate in discussions, debates, meet people, establish relationships, hang out with people who think amazing thoughts, vote. And if you let it, just being present can be a significant part of the transformative experience that you will undergo. It will open up opportunities that you might miss otherwise. Second, work first, play later. Always get your work done first. Work pays the bills. Work helps you develop discipline and connect to others. Don't wait until the last minute to complete an assignment for class or for work. Just get it done. Your boss or your teacher, they can always tell when you wait till the last minute. I promise you that. And it's also so much more stressful to wait till the last minute. I could have told you this when you started high school, and it would have been the same advice, but it's true. And hopefully you've seen it in your own life. But make sure that you pay attention to what you've got to get done and get it done. Waiting till the last minute just adds pressure, and it doesn't lead to your best work. Ask for help if you need it, as soon as you need it. None of us ever accomplish great things all by ourselves. We all need each other. I realize that asking for help can make you feel vulnerable, but asking for help shows that you're able to and willing to learn. Don't hesitate to ask for help because all of us need it. Get involved. There are so many things to do to connect you to people and places outside of school. By reaching out to engage your community in service, you will meet some of the most creative, innovative thinkers you can imagine. Immerse yourself in the diversity of opportunities that your community, however you define it, represents. Make sure you engage with folks, serve others, let them serve you, and together you can transform our world. It's okay to be afraid. You spent the last 12 years of your life going to school. Your life was scheduled, planned, coordinated, organized, everything you can imagine. And when you go off to college or get a job, it's really exciting, but it's often less structured, which can be extremely overwhelming. Hard to believe that when you have more freedom, that it can be more scary. I encourage you to hang up a picture of your pet, maybe even your family, in your room or your new apartment or your residence hall. Call home often. You will get homesick, whether you move to Murfreesboro or Terre Haute, and that's okay. Your parents are going to miss you a lot, and that's okay too. So text, Instagram, call, whatever your family does to communicate, but do it often. It'll make you feel good, and it keeps that home connection alive. And finally, don't forget to celebrate your successes, large and small. Savor every new opportunity and every new option that you have before you. Be present, embrace the moment, explore, grow, and learn, and enjoy the ride. So graduates, you're why we're here. We're here to celebrate with you, to congratulate you, and you need to know that we are really proud of you, of what you've accomplished and of what you are becoming. There's so many more milestones to come for each of you, but today is a time to celebrate your graduation. Congratulations to our class of 21.
Morning. My name is Ashley Duggar-Lauer, and I am the Director of Education at our Brentwood location. We're now going to have staff introduce and talk about each graduate. We will follow the order in the program. Staff members, if you will come up to the podium, and then the student will stand in their seat when it is their turn. Mr. Rodriguez?
How's everybody doing? Good? I got to get my old man glasses here, sorry. Hi, my name is Erie Rodriguez, and I'm one of the teachers at Gateway Academy, and I teach social studies and Spanish. When I was asked to say a few words for Kennedy at her graduation, I was humbled and honored for many reasons. Aside from the fact that Kennedy is an intelligent young lady and a diligent student, very diligent, I felt honored mainly because Kennedy is such a genuine and truly good person. Kennedy started working with me during the year that must not be named. Everybody knows that year, right? And we covered a variety of subjects, but the most recent was world history. We faced many challenges because of COVID, and although we were either remote or in person, depending on what it was. We developed a good working rapport and a great student relationship. I was impressed with Kennedy's detail-oriented focus and her positive attitude. Plus, she was very kind to me when she quietly laughed and smiled at my corny jokes. Thanks for that, Kennedy. I appreciate it. So today, I am happy and proud to see Kennedy graduate because she worked hard, she persevered, and she stuck to it and achieved success. So for that, Kennedy, I say bravo. Great job. Kennedy, I'm confident because of your aforementioned traits that you're going to do well in whichever major you choose to pursue and whatever career you choose to do. Finally, this wouldn't be a proper graduation speech or dedication without offering some advice for you, Kennedy. I'll try to avoid any cliches or nuggets of wisdom that you're going to probably hear over and over again. Instead, I want to leave you and your family with the same mantra that I shared with my family and my 2 daughters. So here it goes. Whatever you decide to do, whatever you decide to pursue, whatever you decide to accomplish, remember that life is a game. So first, play hard. Always play hard, because life doesn't reward someone that's lazy. Sorry. Second, have fun. Always have fun. Everything you do must be fun for you. I always told my daughters, if it ain't fun, then don't do it. If you're not enjoying it, don't do it. So always have fun. And the last thing is probably the most important. Remember, you are loved. I told my daughters every day that I love them. And look at your family and your friends here, Kennedy. They love you. The Gateway staff, we love you. So remember that. You're always loved. And with that, Kennedy, I wish you all the best. Go for it without any regrets. And I'll see you in the future. Thank you.
Good morning. Oh, they let me up here with a live mic. I like this. You will. So I'm actually up here today to speak for Eva, who I have had the wonderful chance to teach twice over the course of the last 2 years. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but some pretty weird stuff happened over the course of, I don't know, the last year and 2 months, give or take. And I got to see Eva both before and during the pandemic. I don't have a lot to say about my first couple months with Eva, actually, because Eva was very quiet. She did not laugh at my corny jokes, no matter how hard I tried. But something changed when the pandemic hit. Where a lot of us, I think, broke down, Eva showed a remarkable amount of strength. Eva became a better student, a stronger student. Online, when she came back to see us in person in the fall, there was a marked change. The kid who sat in the corner and didn't talk to anybody, she was gone. Someone who was in the middle, talked to other people during lunch, making friends, being a part of the community was there. Eva's shown one of the most important things I think that anybody can show, and that is resilience in the face of adversity. Now, I have a lot of really nice things to say about Eva, but I feel like that would embarrass her too much. So I'm actually going to leave her, like everybody else so far, I think, with some advice, as kind of a different kind of advice. I'm not going to tell you about how you should work hard. I'm not going to tell you about the paths to success. I'm just going to give you some things that I wish somebody had told me when I graduated high school. The first thing I want you to remember that it's not how you succeed that is going to define you, but how you deal with your failures. Because we all fail. We all stumble, we all fall. And it is the way we learn how to get back up that defines who we are as people. The second thing I want to tell you is that life is really hard, and it's really easy to be cynical. It's really easy to be mean. So any chance you get, choose to be kind, because you will not always get the choice to do so. So cherish those moments whenever you can. The last thing I want to say in this very short speech is that there's no set path for how you go through life. You're going to make plans, and those plans are going to fall apart. And that's okay, because you will look back on things 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, and you'll see that every choice you make is part of the greater tapestry of your life. So don't be afraid when a curveball gets thrown at you. Don't freak out when your best laid plans don't go how you thought they were going to go. Instead, realize that every choice you make is building towards the person who you are going to be, and embrace those choices when and where you can. Eva, you're going to do fantastic as you go out of here. I've always thought you were going to be one of those kids who is going to excel way more outside of high school than you did in high school, and you've done a fine job, a great job here. So enjoy right now, cherish this moment, and don't forget about us. Thank you for letting us teach you.
Hello, parents and students. My name is Emily Jimenez, and I have had the honor of being Bree Bonnet's English teacher. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I have learned about life. It goes on. Robert Frost. I am so honored to be here in person, #vaccinated, with all of you today, and have had the privilege of acknowledging Aubrey Bonnet at her high school graduation. Graduation is referred to as a commencement, which is funny because this is technically the official end of your kindergarten through 12 career. However, this word in particular got me thinking. This isn't the end, it's only the beginning. Speaking of the beginning, let's take a walk down memory lane. When I first met Bree, she came into my class with a huge backpack full of Lord knows what, and a shy smile. She was timid at first, and then we played the 20 questions game. Her inquisitiveness was entertaining and sparked wonderful conversations and added to the class dynamic. Whether we spent our class reading Beowulf or calling the Apple Store to fix her laptop, it was never a dull moment. After reading Beowulf, I chose a novel study that I knew would challenge her. It might have bored her slightly, but definitely challenged her. The connections she made between her and the character were astounding and insightful. As the year went on, we checked the necessary boxes of reading the Canterbury Tales, La Morte d'Arthur, and Macbeth. However, once we got to our final novel study of the book, The Hate You Give, Bree was able to be open to learning about something uncomfortable and lean into it and seek out more education opportunities. Bree is eager to continue her education and will be attending Nashville State in the fall. She has worked so hard to complete her application, take her ACT, and coordinate the necessary paperwork and forms to complete the process. While Bree is a wonderful student, I want to shine a light on her personal growth that I have witnessed over this last year. Bree came to me in a season of life that no one should ever have to walk through. I personally believe in seasons of life, happy seasons, sad seasons, etc. No one season is meant to last forever, but how you get through it and prepare for the next season shows a lot about a person. Bree, you have survived a storm, and you are working every day to recover and grow from this struggle. And I am so proud of you. Bree exudes resilience and perseverance in everything she does because of it. Her determination to keep going despite what others may say or do and what they think of her is admirable. While no one can carry the weight of others' struggles they are facing, we can walk through it with them and provide love and support. Bree, it has truly been an honor to walk through this season with you, and I'm so proud of you.
Good morning. My name is Blair Powers, and I'm the director of the Brentwood location, and I have the pleasure of introducing and speaking for Chip Crabb today. Chip has been at Gateway for the last few years of high school, and I've gotten to know Chip and his family well during that time. While we've seen Chip in an academic setting, I want to spend some time highlighting the core of Chip's talents, which are a far cry from my 2 years playing cello in middle school, but very well placed here in Music City. Chip is proficient in 9 different wind instruments, but truly excels and stands out in his skills in the French horn, the alto saxophone, and the mellophone. His natural ability for music has landed him in what most people would consider the standard path of a high school musician, being in numerous youth orchestras, local marching bands, and youth ensembles. But Chip's musical resume extends to professional levels, as he has also been nationally selected to play in Chicago's St. Patrick's Day Parade, played at college events for MTSU and Vanderbilt, and probably most notable to the average person, he was a concert performer for Lady A at one of their shows at Bridgestone Arena. As one would expect, this musical resume comes with being part of bands that have won several awards and honors. However, when you meet Chip, he would likely not tell you any of this. He would downplay his skills and only mention that he played the French horn in a few ensembles and orchestras around town. Chip is not one to boast or brag. Chip, I'm here to tell you that you should be doing that more. Your musical talent is not only a massive personal accomplishment, but also the core of who you are. This list of achievements should be something that you carry proudly. Chip's amazing musical journey all happened while making his way through high school, and Chip's path through high school provided unintended detours. Everyone's journey through life is not a straight or planned path, and we all realize that at different times. Chip has had to learn this hard lesson early. However, that has been matched with Chip also learning the invaluable lesson of perseverance. Chip's teachers have seen this with him throughout this year, and every single one has noted how proud they are of him continuing to push forward. I reached out to his teachers when writing this and wanted to highlight a note from one who I think truly understood the depth of Chip's personality. Mrs. Regina Villaroux said, "I had the pleasure of working with Chip as his health science teacher. In class, we studied several organs of the human body. Chip took a special interest in eyes, ears, and heart. I believe it's because Chip has the sense of vision beyond what eyes can see. His ears hear music, which reaches deep into people's soul, and his empathy and compassion for others is from a heart made of gold." Chip, we're so excited to see the path that you forge next. Please keep us in mind as we cheer you on and always come back and visit. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gaucher, and I have had the pleasure of being Sean's science teacher for this past year. I'll begin by saying that I am not a very good public speaker, and so I first want to say thank you to Sean for reciprocating and giving me a challenge by selecting me to speak for him at this graduation. Thanks. I challenged Sean this year as his physics teacher. At the beginning of the year, I might not have been Sean's obvious choice for this speech. He had some initial difficulties in my class because, well, it's physics. Even though Sean was a bit reserved at first, I think we were able to connect because we are both very frank, straightforward types of people. I think we also understood each other because we had been misunderstood and underestimated by our previous communities. I lived in a very rule-oriented, unforgiving German-speaking country for 2 years before coming to Gateway. It's not always easy when that happens, but the people with strength of character and fortitude like Sean make the best of the situation they are presented with and carry on, and I'm so proud of his progress through this final year of high school. One of my favorite things about Sean, and again, why I think we connect, is that he is an old soul. I have always been able to speak to him as an adult. Anytime I had some sort of logistical issue with our class, he was always more than understanding and willing to work with me because he just understands that life happens. This included the time the plumbers were at my house to do some very loud diagnostic work, and he told me to make sure they were just looking at the plumbing because it sounded more like demo work. There were days when Sean wasn't fully himself or couldn't make it in person, but when he was able to return, he worked hard to recover lost time. I nor any of his teachers have ever felt there was an insincere bone in Sean's body as far as getting the work done when he was able. The following are some excerpts from Sean's teachers. His English teacher says, "I've taught Sean's English class for 2 years, and in that time, I've so enjoyed having him as a student. He's easygoing, respectful, curious, and has a great sense of humor. Our class has been full of great discussions about literature and life. I'm so excited to see what Sean will do with his independence and work ethic after graduation." Sean's Spanish teacher says, "I have had Sean for 2 years of Spanish. The thing I admire the most about Sean is that even on days he wasn't 100%, his classwork always was. I enjoyed our 2 years of class." Throughout the final quarter, I saw him grow by leaps and bounds. His encouragement peaked, along with his interest in physics, and his intuitive understanding became more apparent, and his willingness to converse and show more of his personality grew exponentially. I hope this kind of confidence continues because he is a person worth knowing and listening to, and I truly hope he believes this. Sean's future is very bright to me for so many reasons. He has learned so many lessons about how the real world works at a very young age. As a result, he has developed a maturity beyond his years. In addition, he obviously has a wonderful relationship with parents who care very much about him and enjoy having him as a son. His maturity, intuition, perseverance, the ability to advocate for himself, but most of all, a kind and gentle heart will take him far in life. Congratulations, Sean, on this milestone in your life.
Hello, I'm Ashley Collins, and I teach high school English at Gateway. For the last 2 years, I have taught Brianna Taylor's English class, and it was an absolute joy. When Brianna first came to Gateway, she was shy and reserved with her opinions. She would always do her work, come to class on time, and participate to the best of her ability. I loved having her in class and looked forward to hearing her thoughts, though she tended to keep them to herself. We studied everything from folk tales to the Odyssey, and little by little, Brianna emerged from her shell. By the end of the year, she expressed everything from frustration with difficult characters to joy at beautifully written scenes. She was actually loving literature, and it was in the midst of an absolutely horrible and tough time as we ended the year in a pandemic. This past year, we began the process of preparing Brianna for university. She plans to attend the University of Sydney after graduation, so we chose to study nonfiction to help support her future shift back to the Australian curriculum. Much of the year has been devoted to research and analysis and objective academic summaries, challenging works and assignments that are often time-consuming and sometimes tedious. By this time, I knew Brianna as a student. I knew she could accomplish whatever I gave her to do, and she did. Throughout all of our essay reading, annotating, class discussion, and essay writing, Brianna became even more independent, more capable of managing her time, and more confident in her views. As we ended the year with creative nonfiction, I saw someone who could adapt, think critically, and thrive in academic environments because of her curiosity and level of responsibility. Brianna is not just a great student, though. She has been an integral part of our community for the years she's been at Gateway. She is friendly and polite, witty and observative, a true pleasure to spend time with. I always ask her, so what are the teens up to these days? Which she loves, but she always does try to come up with an answer, usually about TikTok or an app on her phone. Her other teachers love her as well, and we will miss her so much. Cathy Decoster, who taught Brianna U.S. history and U.S. government for 2 years, has this to say: Brianna just loves finding information. Her research skills are top-notch. Not only that, but she can see the big picture. I don't have to tell her. She's intuitive about understanding how information connects with other information. Her organizational skills and work ethic will make her successful in whatever she decides to pursue because she has all the tools. She also taught me how to transfer Fahrenheit to Celsius in my head, which is pretty cool. Daniel Eaton, her art teacher, says, Brianna is the keeper of a world of ideas, perspective, and insights that show every day. She is ready to take on life beyond high school, and I think she knows it. She may even be a little entertained by it, but she's very humble and tries not to show off. I hope she does. Her sociology teacher, Chili Glass, says this: Brianna uses her talents to help others and the community. In sociology class, Brianna volunteered to do Zoom presentations to senior citizens in an assisted living facility. She did a presentation about social media, teaching the residents about TikTok. Brianna is intelligent and understands the importance of research in the field of sociology and will use this to help others. She also presented her research about loneliness and anxiety to the senior citizens. I hope to hear back from Brianna about the research and community service that she does when she is in university. I expect to hear great things. Her physics teacher, Carrie Gaucher, says, Brianna is an ideal student in every way. She is mature beyond her years, extremely organized, very meticulous in her note-taking and assignment completion, but most of all, has a clear vision and goal for her future. She has truly been a joy to teach in physics this year. Though Brianna is leaving us, we are all so proud of her and everything she has accomplished here at Gateway and in her personal life. She is so smart and hardworking, and she can do anything she chooses to pursue. I hope that she carries with her the confidence, creativity, knowledge, and support that she has built at this school and to college and beyond. Good luck, Brianna. We can't wait to see what you do.
All right, it is now time for the most important part of the ceremony that we have all been waiting for. We will begin handing out diplomas to the Gateway Academy class of 2021. Graduates, after you collect your diploma, you will need to return to your seat by exiting on the right-hand side of the stage and going around through the lobby. Kennedy Trudel. Eva Grace Fernando Whalen. Aubrey Bell Bonet. Michael Alexander Crabb IV. Sean Michael Crump. Brianna Jasmine Taylor.
Graduates, before this wonderful celebration ends, we want to thank parents, family members, and guests for joining us on this momentous occasion. Your teachers, administrators, and parents are all beaming with pride. We feel lucky that you chose us to complete your journey through high school. Please note, we are not saying goodbye, and we hope you don't either. We expect to hear from you. We expect you to visit, and we will still be here to support your journey, whatever it may be. Parents, we feel blessed that we've been able to work with you and your child. Congratulations to class of 2021, and we wish you luck in all that you choose to pursue. And now for the final ceremonial moment. Graduates, please stand. Move the tassel to the left side of your cap to signify the final crossing over of being a high school graduate. We do have a couple reminders from the event team before we exit. You are going to be exited out by an usher, so remain seated until that point. If you want to come back in and take a picture on the stage, we can do that. We just have to be mindful of social distancing, so avoid gathering in big crowds in the lobby or outside of the venue. But I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and congratulations.